Hey Jim, what's going on, buddy? How's the weather up there? I hear Jeff at the East Coast is getting slammed, man. Watch a little bit of that on the news. That's crazy. Crazy amount of snow on the East Coast. Sorry, I ought to move the camera over here, huh? Yeah, that's what we say here in Texas too. It was 36 this morning when I walked the dogs at 4:30, and it's 77 in my shop now. Very low humidity, sun shining. 70 degrees, not 70, not 77. I'll turn that off for a minute. So it's a really pretty day here in Texas. Once again, I should have went and played golf. Because all I've had to do today is these shears, 4 shears that just came in. You know what? Let's check the set on them. I think they're fine, but let's do what we're supposed to do. That looks good. Yeah, I had like 2 people say they were bringing me knives yesterday. Never heard from them. It's amazing how many people contact me and never follow through. It's crazy. All right, we just got a little bit of little area right there on that. I did have a chance to get some work done today. Got some videos produced. It's a little bit right there. The wind's picking up. We're supposed to have some really heavy winds this evening, like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And it's starting already. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching out there. 104 people watching now. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Help the algorithm out, and it does help our business out down here in Texas. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon and barber and pet grooming shears. That's what we're doing today, some pet grooming shears for a local dog groomer. We do clipper blades for dog groomers and barbers, sewing and industrial scissors, including medical scissors for veterinarians. And we sharpen just about any kind of knife. Gabe, I'm not sure I understand your question. Keep using that towel. Gauge how much set. You want a nice even arc between the pivot area and the tip. You want a nice even arc on both blades. If one blade is flatter than the other, you either gotta flatten it or put more arc in it. One of the two. Flatten the other blade or put more arc in one of them. Just got a little damage on these shears. I feel like I got a splinter in my hand or something. All right, that looks good. I don't know what you're saying. All right. Yeah, you just want a nice even arc. You don't have to go crazy with it. You know, the issue is if they weren't cutting completely. These shears were cutting, they're just dull. Why 600? Because 600 is a good grit for pet grooming shears. There's so many different types of dog hair. You want it to be able to cut different types of hair. And you want it toothy. You don't want a polished edge on a dog grooming shear, because some of the furs it won't cut properly. You want a dog grooming shear like an old school barber shear to grip that hair. And that's it. That's all we need to do. Remove the burr, and I'll do that in a minute. A lot of sharpeners over polish the dog grooming shears like they would a salon shear, and then the dog groomers are upset. I've been doing this 11 years. I've figured out what most of them want. And this is one of my loyal clients. She's been having me sharpen her tools for years. Eric, you can go check out my website and see all the different prices. So we got a nice burr on there, so we're just going to take our little piece of leather, remove that burr. First I need to flip it over. Take my little pink stone. Hey, Youssef from Casablanca. Thanks for watching, buddy. How's everything in Morocco? That little piece of leather will tell you if you've got a good edge or not. It's a great way of feeling the blade to make sure it's where you want it. Then finish with a little piece of chamois. And I got a little something at the tip, so I'm going to go to the polishing wheel. I'm not going to move the camera. I'm just going to buzz it across the polishing wheel. And that little piece of chamois, I got it. I think I got all the little micro burr off of it. I see a little something on this one. Now you never want to cut paper with any kind of a salon or barber or pet grooming shears. You'll see me test it here in a minute. I'll use 1-ply toilet tissue to test it, but I'm going to use fake fur here in a minute. And I'm going to use rabbit fur. I think I got it. Hey, Frank. Frank from the North Woods. I see a little something right there. All right, looks good. How and when did I start doing this? Well, I started it as a business 11 years ago this month. Started off just sharpening knives, and then I started doing sewing scissors. And about 7 years ago, I started doing salon barber and pet grooming shears. And I trained with a guy in Jupiter, Florida at a company called Wicked Sharp Shears. The instructor is John Kuipers in Jupiter, Florida. That's how I learned how to do the shears. The salon and barber and pet grooming shears. You really need training to be able to do this. It's not something you can wing on your own or watch YouTube videos. Cuts plants? I have no idea. I don't sharpen anything that cuts plants. Get my little chamois out. All right, we've got a really nice ride line all the way up the blade. All right, it doesn't take much on the fine stone. We don't need it perfectly polished. Even though we've got a great ride line on there. Looks fantastic. I think these are going to cut really well. They were not horrible when they came in. They were a little toothy. More toothy than she would want. Especially on some of the fine hair dogs. Light is your friend when you're sharpening. Looks good. I don't see any refractions from any of the cutting edge. So we can put it back together and see how they cut. I see a little corrosion on that bearing. Let's see if I can. I'm going to use my little Dremel tool. All right, just kind of cleaned up some of the schmutz on inside that area. I'm gonna put a little oil already on there in that bearing. Whoa, that was a little much. Tell me where you're watching from. We know Youssef was from Casablanca. Who else is out there from somewhere else in the world? Well, I guess everybody's somewhere else in the world, aren't they? All right, so 1-ply tissue, just no resistance whatsoever. I don't care about wet tissue test here. All I care about is fur. So I want to make sure it cuts at the back, and it does. Cuts in the middle. Most importantly, cuts at the tip. Look at that. Crisp across the tip. There you go, Jim. Jim knows. Look at that. Look how crisp that is on that rabbit fur. All right, so those are done. Got a good tension to them. There we go. There's one pair done. Let's do another pair. Not the same brand, but almost the same. I do a fishing knife, scaling knife, skinning knife, probably about 18 to 16. All right, so these are not cutting through the tip. Watch this. It's right there at the tip. It's really crunchy. So we got to fix that. Yeah, skinning knife, I'd put a pretty low edge angle on it. 18, 16. Frank, you know how to do a Sharpie and do a scratch test, right? where you find the edge, the factory edge. You want to stay probably around that factory edge. Yeah, 14 probably be real good. Looks good. We got a really nice ride line, so we're just going to do a few passes on this. I may work a little bit more of that tip. Got a thin ride line where it was not cutting great. That looks good. Excuse me. A little bit more. Ooh, there's a hawk out there. I just heard a hawk. He's hunting for some squirrels. I do speak Hawk. That looks good. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to go back to the stone here in a little while. I really need to change out my abrasives, but I'm gonna see if I can get through these shears. Alright, I think we got a good angle on it. Just need to work a left center a little bit. And these are beveled edge grooming shears. They are not convex. That looks pretty good. I am going to go to 1,000 on these. Not going to polish. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. We got a real nice burr on this one. We're good. We're golden. I'm going to come back and just kiss it on that here in a little bit. So I want to push that burr over a little bit. Take our little piece of leather. I'll clean them in a minute. There we go. Feels good. Very smooth. So we're going to go back to the stones. Just a little bit more work. Looks good. looks good. Now we can go to our fine stone. All right, looks good. Looks good. I'm just going to go to the polishing wheel, just kiss it on the polishing wheel. Very light. All right, we're ready to put them back together and then test cut them. Let's turn that off for a second. Noisy, a little noisy in here. This one had 2 washers in it, so we're going to put them back. Put things back the way you found them. Very smooth. All right, 1-ply tissue, just zero. Whoa, a little bit of resistance at the tip. What's going on there? Hang on. That kind of freaked me out there. I might have missed a burr. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I did. Now it's cutting. All right, fake fur, down the back, middle, tip. Oh, no. All right, we're gonna have to work on these. They're not cutting really well at the tip. I got a way around it. Just a little polish at the tips. There you go. All right, so those are good. Let's do 2 other pair. Now these are just a cheapy pair that she likes to use around the, I think I sold her these. These are old anvils. I think I sold her these years ago. Got some nail polish or something on them. I think she's painting poodles' nails. Yep, nail polish. There we go. Probably should have tested them first. It's got a pretty nice ride line to it. Let's check the set. That looks good. That looks good. Those look fine. $162 people watching. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business out. We get a little money every month from our YouTube channel. It helps us buy abrasives. That looks good. We're not gonna have to do much on these shears. These are not in bad shape. They are beveled edge shears. Old anvils. Anvil's been out of business for a while. All right, we got a squirrel now. No, it is not. It's been freshly flattened this morning. Oh, that's nice. All right, since these are really not dog grooming shears. These were Barber shears. But she's using them since she's a dog groomer around the face on small dogs. So I'm going to leave them just a little toothy. It'll help if I turn the dust collector on. I mean, I would go all the way to 1500 and then polish if it was a girl from a salon. I mean, 'cause these are really salon or barber shears. They're low quality, entry level, but you'd want a more polished finish on them for human hair. But you know, dogs have so many different thicknesses of hair and how clean the dog is. So my experience with the dog groomers over these years is that when I polish them is when they usually have a problem folding the hair or the fur. You can't sharpen grooming shears the same way you would sharpen barber and salon shears. It looks good. Looks real good. Awesome. Looks good. Looks good. Something right there. I think it's fine. We're golden. We're gonna move on. We got one more pair to do. Got a curved pair to do next. There's just no resistance to it whatsoever. Fur is all that counts. Well, she wants these to cut at the tip because she's working around the dog's face. So, small dog's face that doesn't like the clippers in their face. Fine fur. So you can work that really close. That's cutting good. She'll be happy with that. All right, we're gonna do fur everywhere. Let's do the tension on there. Yeah, what Jim said. I spent about a total of about $10,000, everything I bought, to do the salon shears, barber shears. All my equipment was new, my training. I had to fly to Florida for training for 3 days, hotel, food, everything. The machine, all the little ancillary parts you need. About a $10,000, and it probably took me a year to recoup that cost. I started out, I was doing it part-time while I was still working. So I didn't have the volume to pay it all off. They're cutting not all the way. See that? It's got to make sense to you financially. It's a very big commitment. You like that? I love those screwdrivers. Did you and I talk about this? I love these little tiny screwdrivers. Summit Racing. I always find something in their catalog. See, there's some more. See the nail polish? I guarantee you she's painting poodles' toenails and then get this stuff on there. Oh, really? Every time I go to Harbor Freight, I spend way too much money. There's always something there I need. This is what I buy. Every time I go to Harbor Freight, I buy these. I've got them laying everywhere. I got them in my truck. I got them in the house. All those little dental tools are just great for all kinds of stuff. Cleaning weird things. Oh, that little tiny air compressor? That one that's like a little, about this big? I've got one in my truck. It's loud. I got the loud one. I have to check out the quiet one. They got something new, I may have to have it. All right, this is not going to take much here. Freehand here. And Jeff Andrews at Northern Tail taught me a new trick. He doesn't drag the shear, the curved shear across the disc. We're going to leave these grippy too, very grippy. So I thought I'd try Jeff's process for curved shears and see how they come out. pushing that burr back over. I think I got it on Amazon. I think I got it on Amazon. I'll have to look. Okay guys, so you know I switched from I've stopped using this for the curved shears because it irritated me so much. I went back to my PVC pipe, fellow sharpeners. I think it works better, you know, I just do. I just think it works better than that contraption. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hope you're subscribed. See, that just works so much easier. So, you know, you can make it, I put a 600 on this one, and I put 1,000 on this one. But you can put anything you want on them. So if you wanted to go finer or coarser, these are just the PSA abrasives, and they're cheap. Yeah, 5-inch is a PVC coupler, Jim, and I just split it in half. I put it on my chop saw, and that's what I had before. That's what I used for years before spending all the money on this thing. And I just didn't like it. I just felt like the ride lines were not as good as this. And so I've been using this for about a week now, and I think it's better. Somebody prove me wrong. Of course, the guys that make that device for $200 say I'm wrong. Look how nice that ride line is. Look at that. It's beautiful. All right, let's put it back together and see how they cut. This side goes in this side. And I gotta put that in first. This is that weird shear. It's got a weird setup to it. So this is the actual back side, like that. Why is it that not catching? There it goes. Now I just got to get the tension fairly close. Still loose. All right, feels good. So it's cutting all the way through the blade where it wasn't before. It's a little crunchy. Let me see if I can polish it a little bit. Maybe too toothy. Just hit it on the wheel one more time. And I may have the tension too tight too. Oh yeah, much better. All right, guys, that's it for today. We're done. Unless we get something else in this afternoon, I got no business the rest of the day, which is not good. At least I like to have something on the bench. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Take care.